This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
More winter surprises as spring approaches. The weather and so much more next. Hi everyone, and thanks for watching. I hope you are at home and warm and safe, but you can watch us from anywhere with the free Samsung Productions app and in HD on Service Electric Cablevision Channel 513 and in SD on Channel 13. I'm Ken Kara, and these are your Wednesday headlines from SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. The road crews were ready. The state banned certain vehicles from the highways and many schools were closed. The governor declared a state of emergency, which allows the Commonwealth to get aid more quickly if needed. Luckily, the storm shifted, resulting in an adjustment in predicted snow totals. The only safe bet is that Old Man Winter is not giving up yet, so it's best to stay prepared. Get the latest road conditions at 511pa.com or text alerts from the 511pa app. The state police advise that you always have a full tank of gas, keep your cell phone charged, and keep water, snacks, extra clothing, and blankets, along with some cat litter and a shovel in your car just in case. I'll have the latest forecast a little later in the show. The Hazleton Area School District was one of the many districts that canceled classes today. Lisa Sugart sat down with District Superintendent Brian Uplinger yesterday. She asked about the last day of school and the process used for deciding whether or not to cancel.
We're looking at June 19th. That's a Tuesday, I believe, in June that we would graduate. Barring the governor giving us a stay, it looks like that might be the date. But we're not sure yet. The process that I utilize in calling a snow day, I go out and I drive the roads. I'm not one that likes to sit idle because I'm the one that shoulders all the burden of putting the students on the buses or having them walk or drive. So I do drive the roads myself to see just the situation and what's going on out there. So then we communicate, I communicate with our transportation director, she communicates with our contractors to see what the best availability is for getting the buses out, or do we need to cancel? And then we go from there. I certainly watch the weather like a hawk when I hear any type of situation coming through.
It's tough because this is such a large school district and so many different, I guess, forms of precipitation can be in effect at one time.
Right, most definitely. For example, Freeland, it might be snowing or icing there, where here in Hazleton there's nothing. You're not getting any type of situation here at all. So yes, we have to take into account all corners of our district and all aspects of the district to make sure that we're making the most or the best decision for our students and staff coming in.
And again, with today's cancellation, it appears that the last day of classes in the Hazleton Area School District will be June 19th. 3 people are facing charges following a drug arrest yesterday in Monoy City. Monoy City Police arrested 27-year-old Kevin Gazdiziak of Hazel Township, 21-year-old Sierra Tretchler of Cunningham, and 31-year-old Ryan Sigel of Monoy City. The trio is charged with possession with intent to distribute a controlled substance, which is a felony, and other charges. Gazdiziak was also charged with driving under the influence of alcohol or a controlled substance. Police seized 150 bags of heroin, 10 grams of methamphetamine, and drug paraphernalia. All 3 were committed to the Schuylkill County Prison in lieu of $50,000 bail. And the investigation continues into a shooting incident on South Church Street in Hazleton. It happened Monday night outside the Hazleton YWCA. A 27-year-old man was taken to the hospital. At the time, Hazleton Police Chief Jerry Speziale told our media partner, the Standard Speaker, that his wounds did not appear to be life-threatening. In a statement posted on its Facebook page, the Hazleton YWCA expressed gratitude to the Hazleton Police and first responders who responded to the call. It also stated that after conducting their own investigation, they have learned that there was no confrontation inside the facility leading to the incident outside. Quote, "We have found no direct link between our high school basketball league and the unfortunate conflict outside of our facility," unquote. It also reads, quote, "Once we became aware of the events that were unfolding, we did everything we could to ensure the safety of those in our facility," unquote. We've posted the entire statement issued by the Hazleton YWCA on our Facebook page, facebook.com/SSPTV News. Just a reminder that the First Friday festivities that were canceled last Friday will take place this Friday in the downtown area. You can get the entire schedule at downtownhazelton.org. And a reminder that our SSPTV programming is available tonight and every Wednesday from 6:30 until 8 p.m. on our high-definition channel 513. And you can catch a rebroadcast of SSPTV News tonight at 8 p.m. on both channels, Channel 13 and HD 513. Well, we have a handful of local teams that won district championships in basketball over the weekend. I'll discuss this with Dave Seaman, the editor at the Standard Speaker. And up next, we'll talk Charter Day at Eckley Miners Village. This is SSP TV News, your place for 24 hours of your hometown news and information.
This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
This Sunday, the Eckley Miners Village near Freeland will be celebrating the Commonwealth's 337th birthday. It is the annual Charter Day celebration. Here to tell us all about it is Bodie Morin. Bodie is the site administrator for both the Eckley Miners Village and also for the Anthracite Heritage Museum in Scranton, which will also be celebrating as well. This is an annual event that is very well known, and you always get a nice crowd for this each and every year.
Yeah, we hold it the second Sunday of March every year, and it's almost a kickoff to the season. We hope for good weather, and usually we get some nice weather. And it's the first major event of the year. We're open to the public, we're free, and we usually have a number of activities going on throughout the site.
So now this is a historical day for Pennsylvania because this is when William Penn, the charter to William Penn. So tell us a little bit about the background on this.
Well, so 337 years ago, William Penn accepted land in Pennsylvania, and this was the day that we celebrate where he signed the charter and took possession of the land that's here that we call Pennsylvania now. So it's really the birthday of the Commonwealth.
That's really nice. So now to mark it, there is free admission to most or many of the state historical sites.
Yeah, the Pennsylvania Historical and Museum Commission that runs Eckley and the Anthracite Heritage Museum and a number of other sites throughout the state, all of the sites are open for free on this Sunday. So it's a day to honor William Penn and honor our heritage.
So what kind of events will we be seeing both at Eckley and in Scranton?
So at Eckley, we're going to have an open day, so we'll have most of the houses open. We'll have docents in them. We don't schedule tours because of the potential for rain. And then we're also going to have a concert by the Cellar Dwellers, the Hazleton Area School District Jazz Band. And then up in Scranton, we're going to have a number of smaller family activities, children's activities, and a lecture by Martha Capwell Fox, who is a historian from the Canal Museum, who will talk about the silk industry in eastern Pennsylvania. And both events are the concert at Eckley and the lecture in Scranton will take place at 2 o'clock.
All right. And the events themselves, both taking place in both places from noon to 5?
The museums will be open from noon to 5 on Sunday. And like I said, no charge for the public to come in.
What's the reaction when people come in? Because you want to encourage people to come out and take advantage of both of these great sites as well as the other historic sites throughout the state.
Well, this is everybody's heritage, and I think that for the anthracite region, it's especially poignant because so many people, their families have been here for many generations, and this is really not just Pennsylvania history, but it's their personal history as well. So we get a lot of people that come to the area, come to both museums that have a deep connection to mining in the region. So it's a big they're important places for both, for both people from, Luzerne County and Lackawanna County, and then people that move away too, that come back and want to celebrate their heritage. So it's an important day for us, and it's an important day for the region as well. And while I don't think that our admission prices are very high, a free day is always good, and we tend to get really good attendance on those days too. So everybody should come out, take advantage of this day, and if you haven't been to the museum, either museum in a while, come out and check it out.
Absolutely. Well, again, it is this Sunday from noon until 5 at both the Eckley Miners Village and the Anthracite Heritage Museum in Scranton. If you want more information, you could go to their websites or give them a call.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
Our Sam Lasan Jr. spent some time out in the snow in Cunningham this morning getting this beautiful weather shot. It did look nice all around the area today. Here's our forecast now from the National Weather Service. Tonight, snow is likely before 7 p.m., then a chance of snow showers. After that, it will be windy. We have a 60% chance of precipitation, and new snow accumulation of around an inch is possible, low of 27 degrees. Thursday, 30% chance of precipitation, as we might see some snow showers, mainly between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m., mostly cloudy, high of 33 degrees. On Thursday night, 40% chance of snow showers, mostly cloudy, with a low of 21 degrees. Friday, 30% chance of snow showers, mostly cloudy, highs in the mid-30s. Friday night, mostly cloudy, low of 20 degrees. Saturday, mostly sunny with a high of 34. Saturday night, partly cloudy, low of 17 degrees. Sunday is mostly sunny with a high near 36. And then Sunday night, a 30% chance of snow showers, mostly cloudy, low of 24 degrees.
Glad to have Janine back talking about social media, all important tips for everybody out there. And you recently created a new group on social media. So tell us why you did that and why it's important for maybe somebody else to do it.
I wanted to do something on Lent, and my mom last year for Lent, she was posting the 40 days, the reading that happened every day. So I thought it was a good idea to create a group. You can create groups, group or event pages right inside your friend page. So there you create a group, and the people that want to see those posts every day, they could see them. You could say, I don't want to follow this, or I follow it. So the one I'm doing right now is Finding Hope When Life Hurts, and it's basically a reflection on Lent every day. And people who are interested in that topic, they're the people, I add people, but you don't have to accept it. If this isn't something that you want to do, you don't have to follow it. So again, if you want to focus on a series, you could do that inside of your friend page by going to a group and just creating it. Or if you're doing it on your business page, just remember that what you post is going to keep moving down unless you go into the settings and you pin it to the top.
All righty. Another thing we may want to do is, what if I want to go Facebook Live? We do that from time to time when we have events going on for SSPTV News, or somebody special comes in to do an interview with us. So when could our viewers use Facebook Live?
Yes, and that should be something that is well planned out with your marketing as far as when you should be going Facebook Live. If you're going to go Facebook Live and say, next Friday at 9, I want to go Facebook Live, or Wednesday at 9, I want to go Facebook Live. You should really the week before promote that. Hey, listen, this is when I'm going Facebook Live. Even create an event page saying, this is when I'm going Facebook Live. This is why you should tune in. And then again, promote that all week long. You might want to even say that you're doing a giveaway. Sell the sizzle until that day. That day even, you want to promote one more time, put a post out. We're going to be going Facebook Live at 9 o'clock. So then once you do go Facebook Live at 9 o'clock, so you push that live button, you create, what it's going to be about. You want to, from experience, you want to make sure that your Wi-Fi is off and you're using your data plan. The reason I say that, unless you're in an area that has strong Wi-Fi, people have had problems with their Wi-Fi, either delay or shutting off, or they couldn't hear them. So you want to make sure your Wi-Fi is turned off, you're using your data plan. And you want to build your audience. So when you first push live, don't just start talking like, oh, here's what I'm doing. You want to build your audience, and you interact with people. Hey, when you tune in, say you're here. Hi, Janine. Hi, Lisa. Hey, guys, how you doing? Wait until your followers are on there, and then of course ask them to either share, like, comment, because again, once you go live and that's over with, it saves and it'll ask you, do you want me to post this? You can post that and people can still see it and still share it.
All righty. If you want to know more about any of this, the Socializer One, that's Janine's baby. She started that to help everybody with this, so they can get in touch with you. How?
They can either Facebook message me, or they could Instagram me, or they could call me, or they could text me. So either way you want to get involved, I'm available. My cell phone number is public. It's been on, billboards and online, so it's okay. It's 570-956-3393.
All right, great advice. If you need her help, she's only a phone call or a Facebook post away.
Thank you, Janine, and thank you, Lisa. Well, a lot happened in the local sports world over the weekend, and Dave Seaman, the Standard Speaker sports editor, is coming in to help us all sort it out after this break.
Time now for for sports on SSPTV News.
Dave Seaman joins us for another Dave Standard Speaker Sports Editor. And Dave, what a weekend for our local basketball teams. We have a ton moving on to the state playoffs, and MMI and Weatherly, they get the job done, win district titles. First time in a while. Let's start with MMI. The boys, they win the District 2 Single A Championship for the first time since 1973 with a victory over Susquehanna. But MMI played a great game, Dave, in winning the District 2 Championship over Susquehanna, and you had a great article talking about the what-ifs for MMI this season, where this team could have been, but they still seem pretty happy with how it ended up.
Yeah, it's a stepping stone. There's no doubt about it. I mean, you have your primary player, Philip Ireel, was hurt most of the season. 6'8" sophomore center. They don't come along very often to Class A schools. MMI had them at the beginning of the year when they started, and they started the season 4-1, 4-2, getting ready for league play. I'm not saying they would have won every league game because they do have to, step up in competition when they have their crossover games against Division II of the Wyoming Valley Conference. But they would have been, they would have been competitive in a lot of games, and some of those games go their way. They earn enough rating points to qualify for the sub-regional tournament, and who knows? Maybe they take on Susquehanna in the sub-regional title game instead of the district title game and get to advance the states. I know a lot of people are confused by that, by MMI not advancing. Susquehanna was a team that earned enough rating points. One team from District 2 gets to go in the sub-regional tournament. Now, if MMI had beaten some of the teams out by rating points, they would have been in the sub-regional tournament too. However, they weren't, so they made the best of their opportunity, got to the district tournament where they beat Susquehanna, and, MMI could hang their hats on that.
And Dave, the Weatherly girls, Steve Stallone covered this game for the Standard Speaker. First time in 32 years, they win a District 11 Single A Championship. Emily Zoshin continues to be fantastic for the Lady Records.
Yeah, she is a fantastic player. She's been doing it now for, several years as a Lady Record. Seems like she's there for about 8 years, but, but she has a lot of great teammates around her. And, Kevin Kringy, when he took over as head coach a few seasons ago, he showed them a PowerPoint presentation, what it took to be a district champion. He showed them visuals of Martz Hall and said, that's where we want to get, that's where we want to be. Been doing it a little bit incrementally every year. And finally this year they were rewarded with a district championship and going to play for the state, playing in the state tournament.
So Dave, Hazelton area, the boys win the Districts 2-4 Sub-Regional 6A Championship. How do they stack up against the rest of the state as we move toward the state tournament? I mean, is this a deep run? I mean, how do you see the Cougars doing? And you said on any given night, you think this Cougar team can compete with anybody?
Yeah, they could on any given date, but I'm sure Coach Joseph is adopting James Franklin's mantra, take one game at a time. And, everybody says that, yeah, you peek ahead at the brackets, and there are a lot of outstanding teams out there, don't get me wrong. There are a lot of outstanding teams, but the only one that should be in clear focus now is Norristown, the first round opponent. You get to play them in Berwick on Saturday afternoon. You're familiar with that gym, not this season, but, you've played there in the past. So you know what the gym's like, the surroundings. Should have a pro Hazelton crowd there. So you get to in the state tournament, and you're going to be excited. There might be a little bit of nerves, but Cougars have been playing well all season, so I don't see any reason why they should stop now.
Well, Dave, the Lady Cougars who win the Districts 2-4 6A Sub-Regional Championship, we talked about their up and down season. We talked about it in this segment that they were hitting on all cylinders at the right time, and they beat Scranton, Dave, and I was impressed. I was at that game, and from start to finish, it was, as I said in my story, good old-fashioned Lady Cougar basketball. They pressed. They were aggressive in the game. Head coach Joe Gavio saying the break in between the end of the regular season and the district playoffs really helped them get healthy a little bit. They switched the starting five a little bit. But even with that said, Dave, Coach Gavio was doing like line changes, and almost everyone who came into that game made a difference. So what a way for the Lady Cougars to finish the season. And Coach Gavio kind of saw it coming the whole time.
Yeah, and actually I ran into Coach Gavio in the Laurel Mall right before the tournament started. I guess it was before the first game against Williamsport, and knowing Coach Gavio, it wasn't a 5-minute conversation. It was like a 45-minute conversation. My family let them shop, and I talked to Coach Gav, but he told me, about the changes that he was making, and he said, we're healthy now, and typical Coach Gav, he was excited, ready to get going in the playoffs, and I think they picked up a little bit of steam there in the Williamsport game in the semifinals, and carried that right into the district final against Scranton. Scranton was a much bigger team than the Lady Cougars, but like you said, the Lady Cougars were able to get their press working. They were able to hit some shots so they can get into their press, which is the most important thing, and kudos to them.
Well, Dave, the wrestling state championships will be this weekend. We have several local wrestlers that will be in Hershey. I talked earlier this year with Colin Fagley and Matt Lewandowski from Monoy area. Very focused, Dave. I think they're going to be all right this weekend. Maybe see both of them on the medal stand. Shane Noonan will lead some of the Cougars from Hazelton area out to Hershey.
Yeah, Shane's the only one actually, representing his school this year. But Shane's had a fantastic season, fantastic career to this point, and what better way to end it than to go to states and Hershey? And you're a wrestler, that's where you want to end up your season. And Shane's going to work his hardest to get to the medal stand, because that's the ultimate prize.
Well, Dave, thank you so much for your time this week. Remember, read his work in the Standard Speaker along with Steve Stallone. There's a lot going on right now, so you're going to want to pick up the newspaper or go to standardspeaker.com.
Good evening, everyone. Here's today's talk of the town. The Beaver Meadows Volunteer Fire Company will be having their pizza sale every Friday until March 23rd. Pizzas are $10 baked and $9 unbaked. Toppings are extra. To place an order, you can call 570-459-2874. And that's today's Talk of the Town.
SSPTV News would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of the following. Armina Nataro, formerly of Hazelton. Massive Christian burial is Saturday at 11 a.m. at MPB Church in Hazelton. Friends may call Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. at the church. Farrell Funeral Service Incorporated in Hazelton is in charge of arrangements. Alan Yersha of Wallingford, Connecticut, born in McAdoo. Massive Christian burial is Saturday at 10 a.m. at St. Michael the Archangel Church in New Haven, Connecticut. Friends may call Friday from 4 to 7 p.m. at the Wallingford Funeral Home in Wallingford, Connecticut. Marie Usman of Hazelton. Funeral is Monday. Arrangements will be announced by the Boyle Funeral Home in Hazelton. John J. Dinsmore of Hazel Township. The funeral is Friday at 9:30 a.m. at Queen of Heaven Parish in Hazelton. Friends may call Friday from 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. at the church. The Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home in Hazelton is in charge of arrangements. Marion Ellen Derange. Burial is private. Patricia Pat Angelo of Hazelton. The funeral is Friday, and more details will be announced by Firo Funeral Home Incorporated in Hazelton. Caitlin Sarah Mahan of Blakesley. Funeral is Friday at 10 a.m. at Lehman Family Funeral Service in Whitehaven. Friends may call Thursday from 4 to 7 p.m. and Friday from 9:30 a.m. until the service. Rosemary Stashko of Hazelton. Services are private. The Damiano Funeral Home in McAdoo is assisting the family. William E. Lukaszewski of Hobby. Because of the weather, the funeral will now take place Friday at 9:30 a.m. at the McCune Funeral Home in Mountaintop. A massive Christian burial will follow at 10 a.m. at St. Mary's Church in Wampwallopin. Friends may call Thursday from 2 to 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the funeral home. And Margaret Pellock of McAdoo. The funeral is now Friday because of the weather at 9:30 a.m. at the Damiano Funeral Home in McAdoo. Divine Liturgy with the Office of Christian Burial is at 10 a.m. at St. Michael's Byzantine Catholic Church in McAdoo, and friends may call Thursday from 5 to 8 p.m. at the funeral home.
Attention pay-per-view subscribers. If you see your name now on SSPTV News, you can call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Today's winner is Betty Jane Charles of Drums. Call now and leave a message at 570-455-7267 extension 104 for your free movie.
Wanted to bring something for a show and tell, but I forgot. If you pick up the Standard Speaker today, in the sports section, there's a nice little poster wishing the Cougars and Lady Cougars good luck in the state playoffs. Now, we'll have state playoff basketball brackets for you coming up later this week. And tomorrow, we will talk with Bronson Strauss, who I mentioned today, from Tamaqua area, who will be wrestling in the state championships this weekend, and also Lexi Kerstetter, one of the swimmers from Tamaqua, who's heading to the state championships in 2 weeks. Remember, if you missed anything this week, or if you just want to see some of our other programming, go to ssptv.com. You can also download the free Samsung Productions app. That's it for tonight. We'll see you tomorrow. Take it easy, everyone.
Watch us online anytime at ssptv.com and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.